officially in the 20th video of our SummerSlam Rewind series. Today we are chatting all things SummerSlam 2012. And before we get to that, just a quick shout out over to Blue Chew, who is sponsoring the SummerSlam series. Make sure to check them out. The link is in the description box below. If you want to have better sex, now is the time. Get to it. Link in the description box below. Alrighty, everybody, let's get into SummerSlam 2012. So, I was very much looking forward to this one because this is one that I documented a little bit better, I would say, over on Facebook, and I have so much stuff to show you guys. I cannot wait. First and foremost, ticket stub. You know it. I got it. All right. This one, oh, I don't even know how much I paid for it. It doesn't even say. It just says 50, but I don't know if that's the price. But anyways, PR 14, row 13, seat 13, August 19th. 2012. So not too bad. It sounds like I had good seats for that show. I don't remember. It's all a blur at this point. But hey, I do got a lot of pictures that are going to trigger some really awesome memories. And I can't wait to show you guys all of these. So most of them are from SummerSlam Access, where I got to meet a bunch of wrestlers. And so here are some of the pictures that I found. I'm just going to go through them in whatever order. So, okay, this is the first photo. Yes, that's me in 2012. No filter, okay? Do not judge. So I went to the restaurant at LA Live, and they basically had all of these different themed superstar, WWE superstar food. I have no idea what I ordered. I probably ordered chicken strips or pizza. Oh, this was at the ESPN Zone. There you go. I was trying to figure out where I had gone. Duh, it's like right there. But look at all those cool names. They had heavyweight hand stretch pizza, SummerSlam witches. That's kind of hard to say. Ringside slider, main event meals. So yeah, there you go. And here's a picture. I apparently had a long convo with Damien and Regal with the coolest dude, Damien. There I am with my little program, little CM Punk shirt. I was a really big fan of that skirt that I had. I think I had bought it at Hot Topic, kind of regretting that I ever threw that away. So William Regal is right behind me, guys. My head is literally blocking William Regal, but he's right there. There's this one here where I'm meeting Kane. I was so freaking excited to meet Kane here. As you can tell, I captioned it "being nervous with Kane." And yeah, I was very, very nervous. I posted this saying SummerSlam weekend begins now on my way to SummerSlam Access. Here is a picture of me and Santino Marella and Santano. Why am I saying Santano? Anyway, Santino Marella. Oh, here's another photo with me and Santino. Apparently, I'm telling him how funny and awesome he is. Oh, God. Oh, here I am with Kane again, walking away thinking, OMG, I just met Kane. Here's me and Alberto Del Rio. Pretty cool stuff there. And here I am at the ESPN Zone, sort of taking photos with a lot of the memorabilia and whatnot. Oh, here I am having a street hot dog. By the way, if you are ever in LA, you should definitely have a street hot dog. And last photo here with Hornswoggle. I also had a photo with Wade Barrett, but I could not find it. And I bet you anything, I'm going to find it after I'm done doing this video. But maybe it's probably up on Twitter or something. I don't remember if I've ever shared it. But either way, I have no idea where it's at. So I just checked Facebook because I was too lazy to go and check every place else. But now that we've kind of gone through memory lane here, let's get into the actual show. What went down? What was awesome? What worked? What didn't? So I want to start off by saying that there was a really fun opener with Chris Jericho and Dolph Ziggler. I thought this was pretty fun. Dolph had attacked Chris Jericho, but there was a huge pop when Chris Jericho won, of course. But I thought they did a really good job at just sort of getting a good flow going for the start of the show. So shout out to them. They did good. Then we had a match here between Daniel Bryan and Kane. Of course, Team Hell No was the odd couple tag team that got over through anger management skits. But this match was pretty fun too. Daniel Bryan ended up winning with a roll-up. This was an okay match. But the fun part too is afterwards, when Daniel Bryan won, Kane went to the back. Kane went to the back and was like flipping out because he was so mad that Daniel Bryan won, and he was looking for him and stuff, and he ends up like throwing Josh Matthews backstage, which was pretty hilarious. Anyways, this was a fun matchup too. We had a match between The Miz and Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. I thought this was a boring match. While watching this, I kept thinking to myself, we have come a long way from Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio. Still the best opening match at SummerSlam ever, and one of the best matches that I've seen on a SummerSlam. But yeah, Miz wins with the skull-crushing finale, and he did get some cheers, but I think it would have obviously been a much bigger deal to see Rey Mysterio win the Intercontinental Championship in Los Angeles from The Miz. And a match that I surprisingly had a really good time with was Sheamus defeating Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, just to give a little bit of background here, for like the last 20 years, WWE has tried to make a new Rey Mysterio, and they thought that, Alberto might be it. So, that's why you definitely saw a lot of him, and they kept pushing him and whatnot. But what people don't understand is when Eddie and Rey Mysterio were part of AAA, they would literally outdraw both WCW and WWE when they came to Los Angeles. So that was literally where the appeal came from, to appeal to more Hispanics, which is why they've tried to find another Rey Mysterio. But like, for example, on those shows, Eddie Guerrero would literally wrestle against El Hijo del Santo, and also Rey teamed with him too. So just all that to say, you're never going to get another Rey Mysterio. I mean, on top of that, he introduced a whole new style that a lot of people were very, very fascinated with, and he influenced a lot of people. But anyways, the match itself, I strayed off topic here. The match itself between Sheamus and Del Rio, I was a fan of Alberto Del Rio, and I think this match sort of reminded me why I was a fan of his back in the day. I really did like the chemistry that he had with Sheamus. There were some good parts. Like, there was one moment where Alberto dropkicked Sheamus, and Sheamus landed on the outside with his knees like first. You don't see that often. It looked very gruesome. They worked well with each other. For the finish, we see Ricardo Rodriguez throw his shoe in, and Alberto is supposed to catch it, but instead Sheamus catches it. And so Sheamus utilizes the freaking shoe, and after hitting him with the shoe, he goes for the pin, and he gets the 3 count. But here's the thing, Alberto Del Rio had his foot on the rope, and so Sheamus saw that, the referee didn't, and he counted to 3, and then Sheamus knocks his foot off the rope there. So I thought that was really hilarious, but surprisingly, they had a pretty good chemistry with each other, and I did enjoy watching this match back. Now let's get into that triple threat match here with CM Punk defeating Big Show and John Cena for the WWE Championship. So at this point, CM Punk is the WWE Champion. We talked a whole lot about how they did CM Punk dirty at SummerSlam 2011. If you missed that video, you can go ahead and check that out here on the channel, but we won't spend too much time on that. But at this point, CM Punk's reign was okay. I didn't really think it was as special. It was long, but he had lost some of the sizzle from the prior year, having feuded with both Triple H and Kevin Nash, and we all know how that turned out. But anyways, this match here was primarily them trying to take down the Big Show, so we definitely got to see a whole lot of the Big Show here. For the finish, both Cena and CM Punk made the Big Show tap out at the exact same time. So AJ Lee comes out, and she says that the match has to get restarted. Big Show hits them both with a double clothesline. And personally, I thought that this was kind of dumb. I didn't think that the match should have been restarted. I think that this should have just turned into a singles match between John Cena and CM Punk, because the Big Show tapped. I think because the Big Show tapped, he should have been gone. For the actual finish, though, we see John Cena hit the attitude adjustment on the Big Show, and so CM Punk ends up shoving Cena out of the way and steals his victory. So of course they cannot give CM Punk a clean victory like ever. He gets some of the shittiest finishes in some of his biggest matches at some of the biggest shows here that we talked about, specifically for SummerSlam. So anyways, he gets the win. He retains. At least this time he didn't get attacked by Kevin Nash, so that's good. And the next highlight that I want to get into is Brock Lesnar versus Triple H in a no DQ match. So basically the story here was that Brock had returned, and he had been asking for all of these things in his contract. He wanted it to be Monday Night Raw starring Brock Lesnar, wanted Vince's jet, and Triple H said he wasn't going to get any of those things, and he was just going to get the things that he originally agreed to in his contract. And so we end up seeing Brock attack Triple H, break Triple H's arm. He then breaks Shawn Shawn Michaels' arm. And so finally, we end up getting this match. And of course, it's a hot start. Brock tends to start his matches off really hot. So you do get a really good start to this match. It kind of slows down a little bit, but then it picks right back up. There was a really cool ending where Triple H hits the pedigree, but Brock turns it into a Kimura lock and Triple H punches him, but then ends up tapping out. I did like the finish to this actual matchup here, but they basically play it off as him breaking Triple H's arm again. And so like the last 2 minutes are basically a standing ovation for Triple H, making it seem like that was the end of Triple H. So there you go. That is what we got for this show. The main event I thought was pretty good. I did enjoy it. So originally for best match, I was going to go with Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio, but I decided to stick with Brock and Triple H simply for the fact that it was a pretty fun main event, and main events just tend to hit a little harder, or at least it's good when the main event is good. You know what I'm saying? All right. And for worst match, I technically don't have one for today's show. I thought that all the matches were fine. Like there wasn't one that I thought was like god awful. And MVP, I'll also give it to Brock Lesnar because this was a fun match with him and Triple H. And as for the rating, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 because there wasn't anything bad on the show. I thought everything was very passable. There, of course, wasn't those like really memorable moments or matches for me where some of the other stuff from SummerSlam that has stood out to me a lot more. I think a lot of the stuff on this particular show might be a little bit more forgettable. So that's the only reason why I didn't score it much higher. I thought it was a fine show. But if you want to have more than a fine performance, you want a great performance, a memorable performance, make sure you guys get Blue Chew. Promo code Denise, link in the description box below. And that's a wrap for today's episode. I will be back again tomorrow with another one. And let me know what you guys thought about SummerSlam 2012 in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And before I go, I do want to recommend SummerSlam 2000, 2002, and 2005, the videos that I posted up here because those were possibly my favorites. So if you want to hear about why those ones definitely just landed well with me, well, you can go ahead and check those out right now. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.